We're tracking the potential for some wintry weather Friday afternoon and early parts of Saturday. Wintry mix possible for the Midlands, especially along and north of I-20. So you do need to pay close attention to the weather over the next several days, especially as we get a little bit closer to Friday night, and early parts of Saturday. We say wintry mix because we're expecting all four precipitation types, at least all four main precipitation types. Rain, freezing rain will be possible, sleet, and we may even get a little bit of snow as well. So a wintry mix, I think, is a fair word to use because in South Carolina, when we do have these wintry weather events, we typically do have not just one precipitation type. We typically have rain, we typically have some freezing rain, sleet, and snow. The other big story we're kind of following, it's going to remain cold, so you do want to protect people, pets, pipes, plants, and as always, practice fire and heating safety. We do expect quiet weather for today and tomorrow, but we'll kind of look ahead towards Friday morning. Those clouds will be increasing as our next weather maker does approach us. It'll be a low pressure system that's going to be developing in the Gulf of Mexico. It's going to be moving towards the north and east. This is 12 o'clock on Friday. You notice that chance for some mixed precipitation. A few snowflakes certainly possible across parts of the Midlands. I will say the latest trends, at least from our in-house forecast model, showing kind of colder conditions, but not quite as wet. So colder, but not quite as much precipitation. We'll see if that trend holds. This is 6 o'clock Friday. You still see that chance for some wintry mix along and north of I-20 especially, but some of that could even sneak down into maybe southern parts of the Midlands. Wouldn't expect any kind of travel issues, but something we'll kind of keep an eye on. This is 10 o'clock Friday. Still a little bit of wintry weather out there. Then by midnight, that stuff starts to kind of wind on down. Here's the snowfall forecast. This is our in-house forecast model, or the graph. And I will say once again, the greatest threat for any kind of snow is going to be along and north of I-20, it looks like, but it would be light at this point. Even in Columbia, talking about some light amounts if we were to have any. That's our in-house forecast model. Here's the NAM, another kind of short-range forecast model showing some light amounts of snow, but increased amounts in the upstate of South Carolina. The American or GFS model kind of backs down on those snow amounts, even in the upstate of South Carolina, and the European model shows higher amounts, obviously, in the upstate with very light amounts of snowfall for parts of the Midlands. Here's the chance of 2 inches or more of snow across the Midlands and the Palmetto State. And so in this kind of brown area there, that's a 1% chance. So a very small chance. And then the farther you go towards the north and west, those chances for 2 inches of snow or more does increase just a touch. We're also tracking the potential for ice. We don't like ice, and we certainly don't want freezing rain, but we can't totally rule that out. That may be the case for parts of South Carolina and the Midlands as well. This is a European forecast model showing the freezing rain kind of along the North Carolina, South Carolina border. The American model showing a little bit more widespread, still light freezing rain. But again, these are things we'll be paying attention to because we do expect some rain, sleet, snow, and some freezing rain as well. A little bit of a wider view of our forecast. This does include North Carolina and South Carolina, just to show kind of a wider view of what we're expecting over the next few days. That would be 12 o'clock on Friday, 4 o'clock on Friday. You see better snow chances in the Tar Heel State up towards the mountains of North Carolina. This would be early Saturday morning, and that's about as far as our forecast model goes at this point. Snow forecast showing the increased chances for snow in the upstate of South Carolina, especially over towards the mountains and even towards northwestern parts of Georgia. Ice still a concern as well. This is a graph or our in-house forecast model showing that glaze out there. There also is that chance for some ice according to the Weather Prediction Center as well. This brown area would be about a 1% chance of 1/10 of an inch or more. That kind of yellow area would be a 5% chance, and the green would be about a 10% chance. That would be 1/10 of an inch or more. So have to watch that potential for some freezing rain. Also, we're going to be watching that potential for snow, obviously. Some Snow possible, especially along and north of I-20. The farther you go towards the north in the upstate of South Carolina, that chance for snow does increase just a touch. But again, we've been kind of talking about this all day long. It's not just the snow chance, it's also the possibility for some freezing rain. So some glazing on those trees and those elevated surfaces can't be ruled out. As far as travel problems are concerned, at this point, heading to the upstate into North Carolina, over to parts of Georgia. That's where we'd expect some travel issues. No winter storm warnings currently in effect, no winter storm watches or winter weather advisories across the Carolinas, but that will likely change as we get closer to Friday. 77 degrees, our record high, the record lows 12. 1970, the record snowfalls back in 1973. A chilly day with highs mid to upper 40s to near 50 degrees. A lot of sunshine, a little bit of breeze out of the northeast at about 5 miles per hour. Clear, cold once again with lows low to mid 20s. Some areas will probably drop into the teens once again. We do have tomorrow highlighted because we are expecting this reinforcing shot of colder air and then that wintry mix possible Friday into early parts of Saturday. Saturday afternoon, the weather does improve, 45 degrees our high, and we'll probably get some sunshine on Saturday. Mainly sunny Sunday, and then we do warm up to around 50 degrees on Monday, which is still below normal. Myrtle Beach, precipitation will be in the form of rain. Same thing for Charleston, not expecting any wintry weather there. A little bit of a different story for Greenville. We do expect snow on Friday, and as we've been talking about, if you're heading to the upstate, there may be some travel issues there. Colder than normal conditions January 15th through January 21st. We're expecting near normal rainfall amounts during that same time frame. That's the 8 to 14 day temperature outlook. You can always follow me on these social media outlets. We'll be putting out a lot of information for this potential wintry mix that's on the way for Friday.